All right, we got a situation. We got a situation. Here we have someone was handcuffed for 30 minutes because he wouldn't answer questions.
You got your license with you?
Yeah, what do you call me over for? What's the violation?
When I give you the ticket, you'll see. Give me your license, please. Any weapons on you?
I don't answer questions.
All right. You just go in cuffs for now, so you don't want to cooperate.
Nothing in my actions should have been perceived as a threat.
Welcome back.
I thought you had the right to remain silent. That's what I thought. I thought you had the right to remain silent.
To the Lackluster channel. In July of 2024, a viewer named Greg was riding his Harley when he noticed a partial roadblock in the intersection ahead. Several orange cones spanned across the road, but only blocked the lanes of oncoming traffic. A parked cruiser was in front of them, but no officers appeared to be present. The lanes furthest to the right of traffic were not blocked by cones, so Greg slowed down and passed through. But as he did, the cruiser that was parked in the intersection immediately pulled out after him. Upon noticing the cruiser, Greg turned around and pulled into the hospital parking lot to address the officer. And as Greg parks, Officer Steve Jones drops off his partner to continue directing traffic before following Greg into the parking lot.
Now I'm kind of confused about this one, so I'm glad we checking this video out. Because if I'd have saw that one was closed and one was open, I'd have still proceeded forward. No sign saying road closure or anything like that. I'd have proceeded through. So I'm interested to know, why is he stopping him? Did he run the light? Was he speeding? He didn't look like it.
Recording.
You got your license with you?
Yeah, what do you call me over for?
For going across a roadblock.
There was no block on one lane, dude. You had a lane was totally unblocked. Why would I think it was the whole road closed?
You're the only one that's trying to go by. Where's your license at? You got a police car with lights on and cones across the roadway.
Empty lane, there's cones all the way across except a lane.
Anyways, license?
I would have thought the same thing. That's what I was assuming. I would have thought the same thing. Now, am I wrong for that? I'm gonna have to do some research and find out. But I would have assumed just that lane was closed.
So what's the violation?
When I give you the ticket, you'll see. Give me your license, please. Any weapons on you?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, keep your hands up.
You're such a
Yeah.
you are a fucking coward.
All right. You just go in cuffs for now, so you don't want to cooperate.
You are a. Oh wait, you got your body cam on?
Yeah.
You're a joke. What? Why you gotta cuff me like that all tight? Nobody resisted you.
After observing Greg's license, Officer Jones now begins to look through the contents of his wallet.
I didn't say you could root through my wallet, dude. You don't get to search me.
I know what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not.
You're not allowed to go through my wallet.
All right, let's have a seat in my car.
Yeah, that's right. Garbage can, mother.
So what was you looking for? Money? Why are you going through his stuff like that? Oh, this is, bro. Why are you just rummaging through somebody's wallet? You handcuffed him, you took his wallet, and you just go through it. You got the no.
Don't be pushing on me and either, dude. I'm not resisting you. You don't have to shove me around.
Have a seat.
Why is my cuff like this? Why is my cuff so tight? Why am I in cuffs? Huh? You gotta get on your little computer, boy, to figure out why you f***ing cuffed me? That's why everybody hates you. And maybe dude was standing out there when everybody else went by like he is now.
See, true, so true. He wasn't out there before, but now you clearly see him standing there. Wasn't nobody out there before. I don't know if they was on break, they was chilling out, whatever. And then I hope Buddy knows or have an account for what was in his wallet, because then I'd be asking, bet not nothing in my wallet be missing.
New message.
Maybe that's why they didn't stop. But you gotta be a tough guy. I'll put you in cuffs, 'cause you said bad words to me that I don't like. Just a little boy. I'm suing your for this. Thank you. Dude, why is this cuff so tight like this? Can I get my cuff loosened? There ain't no warrants, dude. You're gonna have to fucking arrest me for some fake shit. Oh, you guys make me sick.
It should be noted here that per the Toledo Police Standard Operating Guidelines 7.1, at all times when controlling traffic, regardless of lighting conditions, officers shall wear department-issued reflective safety vests. The very next subsection describes the motions and hand signals to use for manually directing traffic. However, no officer was exposed or present to direct incoming vehicles.
Can I get this cuff loosened?
Yeah, I forgot about that, bro. Even like fire department, like when we would have to pull, we would kind of angle our truck on the road to kind of impede traffic. That way to protect the firefighters if they was working on a car fire or something like that. But even on the turnout gear, there's reflective things so you could see them from a distance. There's reflective stuff on the turnout gear. At least it was when I was there, right? So you don't even see that, number one. I see no hand signals. He just standing there like a statue. And you're supposed to automatically assume what that means. Now, most of us will probably be like, all right, we can't go that way. But some people might not think that. You can't automatically assume that.
I'll check it in a minute.
You'll check it in a minute? Why am I even in cuffs? Can we get a supervisor here?
Sure. Foot 7, we already got a motorcycle stop to move through the barricade.
An officer from the hospital, a completely different department, now approaches the cruiser.
How you doing? Hey.
This dude wants to...
Need any footage from him running that? I can show you too if you need to see it.
No, we should have,
Is that our one camera caught him coming through the... Because he busted through the barricade here?
Yeah. I mean,
That's it.
we might need it for court, if anything. Not right now.
Hey, how about this cuff?
Hey. Yeah, no, we had a motorcycle that thought he could just, since his motorcycle fit through the cones, he can just go through.
Why are you hurting me for no reason, dude?
Alright.
Do you see how the stories conflict of what actually happened and what he's saying happened? I'm noticing that a lot in these videos, bro. Like even in the previous video with the dude saying the phone and stuff like that or different things, like I'm noticing that the story changes when it gets relayed to the supervisor.
Hey, do you know the code offhand for blowing through barricades like that?
Nobody resisted you. I shouldn't even be in cuffs, much less like this.
Okay, I think there's another one, like failure to comply or something. Okay, thanks.
Bullshit.
This guy's been like uncooperative and an ass the whole time.
I could kind of tell when we were watching it from over there. I could see he was not in the best of moods. Yeah, our one corner camera over there could see it pretty much clear as day.
Yeah, if you guys just want to save it,
yeah.
The only time we'll need it is maybe for court.
Okay. Yeah, just if you need it, call our facility. Just ask for the police department. Ask for Lieutenant Cooper or Chief Rose.
Okay.
And they can they'll work on.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll pull. I gotta go do our facilities visitation, but when I get back from it, I'll pull. Well, what do you need? Just him going through it.
Just him. Obviously, I mean, any reasonable person can see that that's a roadblock and you should not go through it. He thought because his motorcycle fit.
The hospital footage was never collected. We assume that it would show that no officer was present at the time.
Yeah, what ended up being the whole deal over there?
Just a real bad accident. I don't know.
Any fatal?
I don't know if anything's fatal, but probably some serious injuries.
Here, camera, look how this hole has.
This is why I encourage everybody to get the dash cam. The dash cam. You need that dash cam. Like, please. I can't stress that enough. Because imagine if he had that dash cam to prove that there was no officer standing there. And even if they were standing there, were they giving hand signals or are you just standing there? I don't know. Again, you could be a statue. You could just be out there. I don't know.
Me handcuffed.
Yeah. Well, I saw 4 engines roll up.
Yeah. At first, I think they were trapped in the cars.
Yeah.
All because he didn't like my words.
It now appears that Officer Jones radios to his partner to inform him that a supervisor is coming, as he had made the request over the phone.
71. My traffic stop is requesting a supervisor.
Oddly enough, immediately afterwards, Officer Welch, without a high-visibility vest directing traffic, suddenly gathers all the cones and moves them so that they are blocking the lanes that Greg was traveling through.
Case closed. Case closed. Case closed. Case dismissed. Whatever you want to say about this case, man. You can't get more crooked than that. You cannot get more crooked than that. How? Oh my gosh. The massive lawsuit this dude probably is gonna file on them if he hasn't already. It's gonna be insane. He got him dead to rights. He got him dead to rights.
So yeah, I'll pull the footage. I'll forward it and I'll email my chief and LT. So if you guys end up reaching out for it, they'll know what to look.
I appreciate it.
So, stay cool out. It's a little mud.
As the officer in the road fixes the cones, Officer Jones now tries to fix the cuffs before his supervisor arrives.
Turn around.
Where's the supervisor?
I called for one. Flip
All
around.
right. I'm not.
Yeah.
That's right.
Greg has now been detained for 12 minutes.
So you gonna write this ticket?
Of course.
You only got so long. You can't delay the shit indefinitely because you got me illegally in handcuffs. You still gotta do it. You still gotta write the ticket. You're out chit-chatting with your Thin Blue Line gang member buddy from another department while you got me hemmed up in here while you're supposed to be writing me a ticket.
Nearly 20 minutes into the detention, a supervisor, Sergeant McCaddy, arrives and speaks to the officer at the road before pulling in to speak to Greg and Officer Jones.
So, he's in the back of my car.
So he put the cones now on the other side. So now this lane is open. What are they doing on that street? What are they doing? Because now I'm complete. If I wasn't confused before, I'm totally confused now. And I would be confused if I was driving.
Another 5'2" motherfucker.
The officer lies about the situation, misleading the supervisor to believe that Greg passed through the scene as it is currently presented, giving the appearance that all lanes were blocked.
He thought, I guess, because his bike could fit between the cones that the lane was open.
Sure, okay.
So we blooped him right away. He flipped around, started running his mouth since the start.
Okay.
So I get over.
He came through over here? Or
Yeah,
where-
he was going northbound.
Okay, and he did pass the cone?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then he, as soon as he got over.
Now look at you. You giving your supervisor misinformation, wrong info. Now you're gonna have him, got him on your side. He's now gonna start probably trying to react to the guy in the back who's upset, who thinks that this guy that's in the back upset in handcuffs is in the wrong. He's gonna now think he's in the wrong. When you just in fact gave him all the wrong information. This is how this stuff goes left. Seriously. A lot of this stuff can be prevented, but this is how it goes left.
Over here, I came up. He's, again, just being uncooperative.
Sure.
Running his mouth.
Okay.
Asked him for his license. Took him a while to furnish it because he was running his mouth.
Sure.
Asked if he had any weapons. He's like, I don't answer questions. I see he's got a knife right in his waistband.
Okay.
So I took the knife out. It's under my tire right there.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
since that, I put him in cuffs.
Yeah,
It's like,
absolutely.
what else are you going to do?
Right, no, I hear you.
So he's just been running his mouth the whole time, wants to talk to the supervisor.
Okay.
That's not it.
Back to him, he owns it?
Nope. Comes back to probably a girlfriend or wife or something.
Okay. Hello? You requested a supervisor?
Yeah, this dude's got my cuff all jacked up
Okay.
for no reason.
Okay.
He just cuffed me for no reason. I did exactly what he said to do. And they didn't have the whole thing blocked off like that when I came through.
Okay.
And there was no one standing out there.
Okay.
So we're like, well, whatever. So I don't know.
Okay.
But he said, hey, you can't go down there. So I said, oh, I turned around. So I don't know. I don't know how this, I don't know why I should be cuffed and all this for that. It
Okay.
doesn't make a lot of sense, though, right?
All right.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it sounds kind of like from your non-compliance there at the beginning, you know?
What non-compliance? He said, pull over. I pulled over.
Okay.
So I don't know what non-compliance you would be referring to.
Okay.
There is no non-compliance.
Okay. Are you the owner of that bike?
It's my, I mean, yeah, it's my bike.
So, okay. So when we run the plate, it'll come back to you?
It'll come back to my wife.
Oh, it's your wife. Okay. Are you a secondary owner or anything like that?
I mean, I own it.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's registered to my wife.
Okay.
It's titled to myself.
Okay. All right. And you do have insurance on it?
Of course.
Okay. And you do have your motorcycle?
Of course.
Okay. Right. Well, my assumption would be that you're probably going to get a citation today, okay?
But is all this really necessary for a citation because his ego's hurt?
I mean, he has the right to detain you. I mean, that's a whole traffic stop, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily that you're
Right.
under arrest.
I know, but like,
I hear you.
so what's the reason for pulling me off my motorcycle in a violent fashion and putting cuffs on me like this? Is your body cam running?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, look at that.
Trust me,
Why would
this
this be
camera's
like
going,
this?
that camera's going, all the audio's going, his is going. His
So-
is going out there.
I mean, it just seems like he was mad the way he squeezed this down on me, and I didn't resist at all. He pushed me around all the way over to this car.
Okay. Are you injured in any manner?
I don't know yet. I'm
You
in
don't-
shock.
Oh, okay.
I just want you to see, and I know you don't care.
I mean, there's cameras.
I mean,
it's
I
all,
know
it's all
you-
on camera. I mean, here's
I
the
know,
thing. Here's
I
the
know.
thing. Here's the thing with the citation, okay? You get a citation. It doesn't mean you're guilty, okay? That's why they give you a court date. You don't have to go to the court date if you don't want. If you're insured, you don't have to. You can just pay it and not worry about it. Or you can go to court and you can plead your case to a judge.
Why would I just pay something when I'm sure that I'm in the right? I did nothing wrong. And it's clear that they moved the cones after I was in back of the car, the cop car handcuffed. Why am I going to pay a ticket or a fine? Then to hope to get my money back when I win? No. We running this all the way up the chain. How Fat Joe song go? All the way up. All the way up. We going all the way up. This is crazy. Because if I let this slide, you'll continue to do this. Officers will continue to do this. Y'all wouldn't let me slide if I was in the wrong. Oh, we taking this all the way up.
We're not the judge, jury, executioner, okay? All we need is probable cause for a citation, okay? Not proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, I understand how it works. I'm not disputing anything other than him grabbing me up and snatching me up for no reason at all.
Okay.
There was no probable cause that I was going to do something.
Okay.
Not non-compliance other than my mouth, but that doesn't really hold up in a court.
Sure, but you're not being charged with obstructing. So if you're being verbally non-compliant and you got a knife in your waistband and you're really not responding to what he's got to say, he has the right to put you in cuffs.
Yeah, it wasn't being non-compliant. I just told him things he didn't like to hear. It's not non-compliance. I didn't say.
And it wasn't even that. It was because he wouldn't answer the questions. That's why he put him in cuffs. Because he said, I don't answer questions. Right? That's what I saw. As soon as he said that, it was like, okay. And he put him in handcuffs and put him in back of the truck. That was the reason.
Yeah, I'm not going to do what you say or anything like that. I just said what I said.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to say it verbatim, you know?
I gave him no reason to think I was a threat in any way, shape, or form. There was nothing in my actions should have been perceived as a threat at all.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, this is an arrest. I mean, really, whatever the Supreme Court says doesn't matter. You have violently attacked me and thrown me in the back of a car for, like, going on, what, 20, 30 minutes now?
What was your first name again, sir?
Greg.
Sorry?
Greg.
Greg? Okay. How did he violently attack you? Did he strike you?
He snatched me up.
What do you mean by snatch?
And then he shoved me all the way over here.
Shoved you?
Yeah.
Were you able to keep your balance on
For
your
sure.
feet? Okay.
Doesn't mean he didn't do it.
Okay. I'm just trying to get the gist of what your definition
Well, we'll be going to trial. So sure, I'm going to play the body cam and all.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna definitely go to trial.
Absolutely.
I take everything.
Heck, you might not even have to go to trial. The judge might just throw it out for you.
Funny he should mention that. Greg was released with a citation that reads, failure to comply, but the Ohio Revised Code that was cited is for driving in marked lanes. With the citation written incorrectly, all charges were dropped the very next day. Greg would then go on to file a complaint with the department, and the agency investigated itself. The investigator appears to have been biased in his reporting, writing that he found his fellow officer, quote, asked if the motorcycle operator had any weapons on him while Greg went into his pocket to retrieve his wallet. Greg tells Officer Jones, I don't answer questions. Now not quoting, as he continues to do exactly what was requested by the officer.
So what's the violation?
When I give you the ticket, you'll see. Give me your license, please. Any weapons on you?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, keep your hands up.
You're such a...
Both hands were on the wallet. What, he wasn't reaching for anything. He wasn't making any gestures or looking like he was becoming aggressive or about to do something or anything. Both of his hands were on the wallet. Clearly you see that. What happened? What went wrong? Well, all of a sudden he had to get in cuffs.
Yeah. All right. You just go in cuffs for now, so you don't want to cooperate.
Internal Affairs considers this action as Greg's non-compliance and suggests that he continued to not comply. It then claims that Greg was under arrest rather than just questionably detained, and that the search of the wallet was lawful as it was a search incident to arrest. But Greg was not under arrest. The supervisor confirms this.
I mean, that's a whole traffic stop, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily that you're
Right.
under arrest.
I know, but like,
I mean,
so what's the reason for pulling me off my motorcycle in a violent fashion and putting cuffs on me like this?
An officer can detain a person during a traffic stop and place them in cuffs if they believe that the person is armed and dangerous. But if the officer has not arrested the person and does not have consent, going through the contents of a wallet beyond the driver's license would be considered an unlawful search in violation of the Fourth Amendment. And during that unlawful search, you can see that Officer Jones finds Greg's license immediately, as Greg had already unsleeved it, leaving no reason whatsoever for Officer Jones to rummage through the other contents of the wallet.
Why you gotta cuff me like that and all tight? Nobody resisted you. I didn't say you could root through my wallet, dude. You don't get to search me.
I know what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not.
You're not allowed to go through my f***ing wallet.
The Internal Affairs report finally claims that the complaint of being pushed by Officer Jones is not confirmed by the body cam, but it's currently unclear whether the investigator reviewed the footage of Officer Jones' partner across the street.
All right, let's have a seat in my car.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, we got hand motions now. We got hand motions. That's probably the first time we've seen some hand motions, but check this out, right? Where was that? Look at those cones, right? Boy, he needs a body. He needs a dash cam. He needs that dash cam. He needs that dash cam. And I would have thought at least the fact that it showed them moving the cones, that would be in his favor, but it still wasn't.
Garbage can, mother.
Or the footage from the hospital.
Don't be pushing on me and either, dude. I'm not resisting you.
Need any footage from him running that? I can show you too if you need to see it.
No, we should have.
Is that our one camera caught him?
Nor were either of those videos released. The investigator...
Yeah, they ain't want that footage from the hospital. That was going to be too incriminating. They ain't want that.
also ignored the policy violations of wearing high visibility vests, as well as needlessly extending the traffic stop, and thus, no actions were taken. And Officer Jones will likely continue to unlawfully search detainees and mislead his supervisors. And maybe next time, it'll be you. So, let me know what you think of this interaction. And if you have a video that you want to get out, you can do so anonymously by using my form linked in the pinned comment. But until next time, if you like this video, be sure to check out...
Listen, man, if this doesn't show you enough that you need to be able to protect yourself with all kind of cameras and dash cam, telephone cameras, whatever you can turn on to record at the time to help in your case, because if you leave it up to chance, it might not work out in your favor. And that's scary.